Good morning, class. Today you are in the library to begin researching the disappearance of the honeybee, what is causing it, how it impacts the surrounding area, and what can be done to save the honeybee. You may ask, what is research? Research is when you study materials and sources to learn facts about a topic. You then use the factual information in order to form a conclusion about the topic. There are a few steps to be followed when conducting good research. Step 1. Before you ever sit down at a computer, you have to plan out how to research a topic. You first need to understand the assignment you have been given. You need to know exactly what your teacher is asking you to include in the research. This will help you remain focused on the assignment and ensure that you do not waste your time and energy on materials that do not relate to the assignment. In your classroom, you have been asked to research the disappearance of the honeybee, what is causing it, how it impacts the surrounding area, and what can be done to save the honeybee. Step 2. Decide what information you need on the topic. During this step, you need to determine what you already know about the topic. When you compile what you know, then you can determine what you don't know. This leads you to the information you still need to gather on the topic. In your classroom, you have been given a topic you do not know anything about. Therefore, you will research for all material that answers the research topic your teacher assigned you. Again, you need to know why the honeybee is disappearing, what it impacts, and what can be done to save the honeybee. Step 3. Write a few research questions based on the information you determined you need for your topic. This will give you the direction and focus of your research. To help you get started on your assigned research project, I have developed 3 questions that you can use. You may also write your own question. Number 1. What is causing honeybees to disappear, and how does this problem affect farming? Number 2. What are farmers doing to substitute the pollination of honeybees, and is this substitute as effective as the honeybee? Number 3. How is the honeybee important to farming and agriculture, and what are the effects of its disappearance? Step 4. Broaden or narrow your research questions. If your questions are too broad, you will find too much information that would not be feasible to include for your assignment. When your questions are too narrow, you may not find enough information for your topic. An example of a broad question might be, why are honeybees disappearing? You can narrow that down by asking, what is causing the honeybee to disappear? Step 5. Now you will want to identify the most important terms within your research questions. After you identify the key words, it is helpful to provide synonyms for the key words. This allows you a larger scope in finding the information you need. Step 6. One of the best ways to research a topic is using Boolean operators. A Boolean operator is 3 words or phrases separated by the words and, or but not. You will use the key words and synonyms you identified in Step 4 for your Boolean search. I have created one for your classroom assignment. Honeybees and disappear and causes. You may use this but adjust it as needed in order to find more information on your topic. Step 7. Choose a database to do your research. We will be using the Kentucky Virtual Library, KYVL. You will have access to many different sources such as articles, journals, periodicals, and books. You will include your Boolean operators during this step. I will walk you through an example in a moment. Step 8. You will collect sources that you feel answer the question to your research. You need to collect multiple sources because 1 or 2 will not give you all of the information you need to completely answer the question. Step 9. You will evaluate the sources you have collected. You need to decide if the author is creditable. What makes the author an authority on this topic? You determine this by finding out if it is a peer-reviewed text, if it is a respected educational or science source, or you can research the references listed at the end of the source. Step 10. Now you can combine all of the information you have found and format it to meet the requirements of the assignment. This could be completed by a research paper, PowerPoint, etc. Just make sure you have fully addressed the requirements of the assignment and answered the research question you created. Step 11. Always make sure you give credit to the owner of the information you included. Your teacher should provide you the format in which you need to record this information. Now that you know the process of researching, I will show you how to use the KYVL database. When you log in, you will arrive at the home screen. Usually, the opening page of a database wants you to select certain criteria for your research. This includes the terms of your search, what kind of material you are looking for, etc. This page essentially narrows down the search for the database. For instance, if you know you can use periodicals with this research, when you look on the screen, you will see that you can select periodicals only, which means the database will only pull periodicals on your topic. You can go ahead and select periodicals. Please note, you can always come back to this page later and change it to newspapers or journals as well. You can continue narrowing down the database search by choosing the full text option. I always recommend you select this because you want access to the entire text available. Your teacher may have also requested that your material be no older than a certain amount of years. So where it asks for published date, you need to add in a time frame. For instance, if it is a 5-year time range, you will choose April 2009 to April 2014 for the range. Next, you are ready to try out the key terms and Boolean operators you created earlier. Most databases are set up so that you can search using these. You simply type them in the boxes and select Search. An important thing to remember is that you can always come back to the home page and adjust your search terms or all settings if you are not finding what you need. As you can see, once you click the Search button, you arrive at a page that lists several texts on multiple pages. At this point, you have to read through the text and pages to find a source that meets your needs. If the search terms you entered did not deliver any texts, you would need to go back to the starting page and adjust your search terms. This is a good time to include those synonyms for your search terms. In addition, you want to make sure you cover all the areas that you wish to include in your research. When you choose one of those texts on the screen, it displays the information you need to know about the text. It lists the author, the date of publication, the number of pages, etc., and often a summary or description of the text. Also on this page, you have print and email options. You can choose to email them to yourself or print them wherever you are performing your search. When you have collected all your necessary sources from the database, you are ready to start at step 9. In addition to the database, I have included a list of websites that you can use for your research as well. In closing, I hope you find this tutorial useful in understanding the steps to conducting research and using the KYVL database.